Hey guys, I'm gonna try to also set up another phone that I can hopefully either record this video on as well, or I could possibly use the other phone to record bits and pieces of this video. I'm finding I just lost a 19-minute video. I'm finding that when I try to record straight through the Samsung cameras in the Samsung phones, the video goes on for too long, then it just won't post anywhere, and I've got to go in and clean the phone, clean this trash out, and it blocks everything and clogs it up, and it won't do anything. So I'm talking to you here. The downside of doing it here on Zoom is I don't have the time to go into Zoom and process this video so that it can be published in a timely manner. It'll be sitting in Zoom, in the Zoom library or the Zoom whatever it's called, for a while until somebody can get to it, and by then it may or may not still be relevant. So we're just doing the best we can. I was going to talk someday about my disabilities, my 11 or 12 or whatever they are, but I just, too much immediate crap going on today to do that, probably. So I don't think I have any recordings to do for anybody this morning. I'll double check my stuff. I am doing some trying to catch up on some of my social media posting for people who have done free podcast interview episodes. And of course, you already know we do provide a free podcast interview for business leaders, nonprofits, church missionaries. By churches, I mean Muslim, Jewish, Christian, Sikh, Sufism, Jainism, whatever there is out there. So we are trying to do something. I have yet to even bother trying to turn on the other phone because I know that if I make anything but the shortest video, it'll just clog up any of these phones. So, yeah, so I got a lot of work to do. Uh, I'll probably just, I'm writing a book, of course, and I'm writing another book, of course, and all that. I would like to sometimes now, I guess, pose questions of you, the audience. Number one, I'd like to build a team of volunteers to help with the company. I've talked to one or two people about heading up a volunteer team, and I haven't gotten a definitive answer. Talked to a couple of ladies, and I got really nice comments, and just nothing definitive yet. And of course, we could have more than one volunteer team. What needs to be done is a lot of the social media posting. There's stuff sitting at Zoom that needs to be pulled out and posted. There's stuff sitting in Google Drive that needs to be pulled out and posted. There's stuff in YouTube that needs to all be posted. There's over 1,000 longs and shorts and videos in YouTube that needs to be posted. So we have plenty of content. It's just a matter of getting the content out farther than it already is. I mean, when it's on YouTube, it's better than nothing, but we get very, very few views on YouTube. You know, one or two or zero per video. So we get better responses if we can get the video over to TikTok or Rednote or places like that. So I'm kind of pushing for us to somehow. And I don't have any money. I mean, you guys, if you listen to any of these videos of any length, you know I just dodged a bunch of bullets this week about various things I won't mention because I do have sets of ears around me. Where I live, it's a very, I don't want to say precarious, but it's precarious. So yeah, I got 1,000 projects. I'm mental illness, et cetera, you know, all that stuff. All right, well, let me keep talking, but because on Zoom here, I can keep talking for a while. Let me try to see what kind of shape, good or bad, this each of these other phone storage thingies are in. Hmm. Hmm. Am I allowed to say the word shit? Am I allowed to say the word shit? Hey guys, I am doing two things here. On this short one, I don't know what to say to you. You know, we need money. Straight up, dog. We have good products. We can sell you our products. I'm not able to, I'm so tired I can't dance around, you know, why should you buy our product? What are the products? One product is I sit down with you for 3 minutes. We take that 3 minutes and we blast it out to the internet to 211 million people within 971 minutes. And we charge you $193.91. I have priced video now for probably 250,000 years, and I can point to companies that charge to this day $12,000 to $60,000 to do a better version of what we're doing, but ours is I think it's 0.03% of, I think 200 is 0.03% of 60,000. I'm not sure. All right, let me shut up because if this go on too long, it won't post anywhere. Want to get in touch with me, obviously Google my full name. Should be right there. Love you guys. By the way, when you do those little 3 minute drill ads with us, that will not have someone call you on the phone and say, I want to buy your product. It's more brand strategy, getting to know you. Da, 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 da. It's the customer going, oh, yeah, Yeah, I remember that Fred has that online tailor business or whatever it is. That's what it is. It's more brand recognition kind of stuff. If you want to do I need people to call right now and buy my product, you need to do a sales funnel or you need to do a commission only sales campaign, which I don't do those things. I was going to start trying to set up commission only sales campaigns through a company in the Philippines, but I heard that they go ahead and do all the work. Their results are not very good typically. So jury's still out on how to evaluate a team of commission only salespeople. Meanwhile, apparently AI agents can make 1,800 calls per hour. So, do I feel like I'm living in the past? Yes. Do I feel old? Yes. Do I like feeling old? Sometimes. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Hopefully, this 3, 4 minute video won't clog up the phones. Mm. I love her so much. Uh,
For nonviolent offenders. Trafficking minors is not a nonviolent offense. They moved Ghislaine Maxwell into the Texas prison. They had to put the entire place on lockdown and force them to draw their blinds in an attempt to hide Ghislaine from their view.
sorry, guys. Sorry. I gotta. Yeah, I like her. That's uh, that's a gal called Under the Desk. And she's already won some awards and just a very wonderful person. Stays on top of all the danger that Trump keeps shoveling out onto the streets of America. I just drank some, and by the way, well, I'm writing a book about absurdism. One of the characteristics of absurdism is that you put unconnected things, unrelated things in close proximity to each other as a way to stimulate the brain of the consumer and who goes WTF. It's hard to break through in this society, and I think we're playing a temporary game here. There's so much information that eventually people are going to say, I don't care what you throw at me. I am tired. I'm not going to pay attention anymore. And we're almost there already. So I think absurdism is kind of one of the last strongholds of, okay, I'll pay attention to this. But yeah, so I'm not positioning it as a come to Jesus moment. I'm saying, yes, our media is flooded. How do any one of us distinguish our businesses, ourselves, anything? The way I do it is just put a few droplets of absurdism in there. I've been studying, working with absurdism for over 50 years. since about 1965. So however long that is. Yeah. So yeah, so I can help with that. All right, kids. I think just for the fun of it, I'm going to end this video on Zoom. Probably immediately start a new one on Zoom once it allows me to start another one. That way, in between, I can go back to listening to the beautiful under the desk journalist, whose name I thankfully don't have to remember. Oh, very sorry to see Colbert's show get canceled. That's a violation of human rights, as far as I can tell. Most of the big companies now are finding ways to send, I won't say what to you, I won't say whom, in the amount of 25-30 million dollars a piece. So I don't know. All right, kids. We also have an artist that I can't afford all the paperwork, but we've verbally signed, whose name is HOMESTEADD, Homestead. She's been on our client list now for a few months already. We're going to she has 425 pieces of art that we're representing. I picked out 4 or 5 that I'm going to try to present to you guys once in a while. One of them's right behind me. See the one with the yellow sun coming out of the corner? We're going to have that as a digital product, as a reprint. We're going to put it on t-shirts. That one image, all predicated on having the money, the bandwidth, the net wherewithal, etc. Okay, so yeah. By the way, I was talking to somebody on Alignable the other day, because I do a lot of Alignable meetings through the 9 to 5 part of the day, and he talked about funding, and a lot of people talk about funding, and I can't possibly qualify for even bank robber, let alone being funded. And I said, nobody ever answers how they fund you. I said, how do you fund us? He says, no, what we do is we find someone you know, friend, neighbor, something, and we ask them to give us something they own as collateral for your thing. So, say my neighbor was admiring me and my video work and my books and everything, and said, hey, we want to support you. I could go to them and say, well, if you want to sign over your house or your car as collateral on a loan, then I could get funding. Bear in mind, somebody has to pay back the loan, right? So, not a small thing, right? More like an elephant in a cracker box. So, yeah, I have hope. I really do. I really do. I wanna get things done, and I think we get something done every day. I really do. I mean, even if it's small or even if it encourages only one business. A lot of little businesses out there, mom and pop stores and single mothers, and I hope more disabled people come out of the closet and try to start businesses. I hope to be the poster boy for that too. Uh, so uh, yeah. So I love you guys. I really do. I just so overwhelmed 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 8 times overload, way beyond anything that, well, I'm not going to say that because our troops have done so much. They were overloaded too much, came home damaged. But I'm out here trying to contribute as best I can. We have a lot of free services for people. You need to get a hold of me, just Google my full name, Mark, M-A-R-C, Isaac, I-S-A-A-C, Potter, P-O-T-T-E-R. Should get you in touch with me for real. I have a half-baked Google business profile that should throw me up on page 1, I think even. So we're trying to be in touch. It's just me mostly. I mean, there is some other people that help once in a while, but it's pretty rare. So a lot of physical pain, a lot of physical pain, a lot of physical pain, constant physical pain. Oh my God. Oh, I'd like to thank, well, I'm not doing a bit, but it feels like a bit from some movie somewhere. I'd like to thank the Academy. No, I'd like to thank Dr. Arcady Oriper. Doctor, first name is A-R-K-A-D-Y, last name Oriper, O-R-E-P-E-R. He is a psychiatrist in San Leandro. Very wonderful man. He is my psychiatrist. I missed an appointment a few days ago. Finally got the guts to call him last night or yesterday and say, hey, sorry, boss. So, very beautiful man. We often talk about, the artists of Russia, the citizens of Russia, not the leadership, but the poets and novelists and homemakers and single mothers and people of color and LG people and everything that are in every country just trying to fucking get by to the next hour, for God's sakes. Very little else we can hope for in this godforsaken, what swear words am I allowed to use? Anyway, love you guys very much. All right. Talk to you soon. If I may say so, I hope that God or whatever you believe in will hold you and keep you safe against the, weaponization of homelessness and whatever else he's going to come up with next. Uh, all right. Love you folks. Take care. God bless you.